This is just Bob Bowman, and I'm coming at you with another video. In the thumbnail, I used a picture that the Passport OG posted up, and it made me realize that I've been saying that it's been 50% of black men that are single and childless, but according to this statistic that was posted by the Passport OG, it's more like 54%. And so, with that being said, we have to get into what's going on, what's happening, the lies that are being said, how we're being gaslit into thinking that we're not doing what we're supposed to do, even when we're doing the best that we can. Now, you have certain men out here, like the Cam Newtons of the world, the Nick Cannons, the Stefan Diggs, that have multiple children with different women. And we also see women that have multiple children with different men. And these women that have all these children, sometimes they have this idea that a man with no children is supposed to step up and be there for her and take the responsibility of that, even if she isn't what he desire. And that's even besides having those children. It's like, if you're seen in a low position, if you're seen in a low light by society, that this was supposed to be for you, and then we have to address the elephant in the room that a lot of young men that's growing up in single homes, they are being traumatized and beaten down to accept this proposition that's going to be presented to them in later life. And what we're seeing is that the system right now is broken. The truth is being revealed that the system, in the way that it's been being done, it isn't sustainable, and a lot of people are waking up to what's going on. And a lot of men are not going to take that bad deal, regardless of what's being said about them, what's being done to them. And we know that the people that had this thing going on, they know that the system is broken, but they are depending on these type of men to step up to keep this broken system functioning. But as we see, even if we were to do that, the system is going to die. And we have to stay focused, we have to stand guard, and we have to save ourselves from being manipulated into trying to keep this broken system running. As you see, there's people that's suffering, there's a food shortage, there's plenty of other things going on, and I talked about it in my last video about how things are starting to really get chaotic in this world. And so what men like me, and I'm talking to myself as I talk about this, men like me need to realize that we are in a prime position to build ourselves up even more so. Not for them, but for us personally. Some of us are going to get a lot of money. Some of us are going to be able to move elsewhere and create the family that we want. That's some of us. Some of us aren't going to be able to do that because we don't want to put forth the effort, and we want to give up. We want to be lazy. We want to prove those people right. Because they already see those type of men as being unacceptable. They already see those men as being trash. They don't respect those men. And there's men who have benefited from that look down upon those men just so they can shame and get them to do what it is that these women want to be done. And I'm not saying all women, but there's a lot of women, because I remember bringing up this fact about how many single childless men they are to a woman who was complaining about, oh, we need families and men are trying to make more than one family with more than one woman. And then when I pointed that out, she was silent and she stopped speaking to me. And the reason is because she doesn't think that those men count. She look at those men as weak men, even though not all of those men are strong. Like, yeah, a good percentage of that is weak men. But then you have those men that were weak, and I can admit to myself that I fell into that category of being weak before, but I've accepted what it was that I was doing wrong, and I made decisions to fix it. And even though I'm fixing it, there's individuals that's mad because they never wanted me to fix it. They wanted me to stay in that weak position so they could take advantage of me. And so you have to understand that this is more complicated than what we understand fully. It's a lot of things that's out of our control, but the only thing that we could control is how we deal with it. We have to start stacking up. If you haven't been stacking up, and we have been speaking about this, I know I have on YouTube for the past 3 years, that you need to start stacking up. I've been stacking up since 2020. I'm not where I want to be as far as that, but I am doing better than what I was prior to 2020 when my life fell apart really bad. And I say this because you can put yourself in a position where you could be successful on your own terms, because you have to just face the fact that these people will never respect you for who you are. They will never like you for who you are. You were supposed to be a slave. If you're part of that number that I just talked about of black men, you are expected to be a slave. And if you woke up and you figured that out, it's on you to change that projection of where they thought that you were going to go. It's on you to change, your course, your direction. And yes, they're not going to like it. They're going to be mad because it's going against their plan, even though you're doing what it is that you need to do to be a better person. They don't care about that. They care about meeting their numbers. They care about meeting their agenda. And if they can crush you along the way, they will do so. So keep that in mind. And this is just Bob Bowman, and I'm out.